Okay, today is May 11, 2014. Let's take a look at some stock before the market resume trading tomorrow. First up is Apple. As you can see, Apple seems to be consolidating down at this level here, at this 583. After it made the high post-earning high of 601. Essentially, this 601 is adjusted for ex-dividend. It would have been 604. So you can see right now, sort of just seems to be consolidating here, and so we'll just kind of keep an eye on it. It might be building up this little flag here, so if it if it could kind of hold within this range here, that might be good. And then look for a breakout, maybe somewhere around this level here at the 597 or so. Okay. Then next is Netflix. Netflix, we saw it come down and kind of tag this 300 level, and it got a little bit, found a little bit support, and then bounce up. Then kind of came back up, to the 200-day moving average or so. But essentially, we also see this little trend line that's coming down. All right, so right now, we essentially want to see kind of come back up and retake this pivot. If we could go above this pivot or essentially break through this trend line here, then it might be able to work itself up to this 50-day, or essentially maybe come back up at retest this post-earning high here, this 380 level. And if it can't get above this trend line here or this pivot, then we probably would expect it to maybe come back down and retest this support level. And if it can hold that support level, then the next levels would be somewhere around this 285 area. Okay. And also looking at Google, Google seems to be still, kind of hovering down at this trend line here, although it found a little bit of support here at this level here. Okay, so it's found a little bit of support, and if we could break out of this trend line here and make it back up to this, somewhere around this 540 level, then that would, show some character of maybe changing this slope here, changing this downtrend. But until now, until then, we probably basically want to keep an eye on this, resistance here, these two level, this level and this level here. And if can hold those or break through those resistance, then we probably could see it come back down, retest this level, and eventually maybe it will come back down to somewhere around this 485, 490, for the possible test of support here. If it break this essentially this 489, I believe. So the low is 487.50, somewhere around the 487.49. And if it break below that, then we probably expect to maybe see it come down and fill this gap here. But until then, we basically just want to kind of, monitoring these, these two level here, this trend line here and this particular level. Okay, the support is basically this level. Okay. And then if we look at Amazon, Amazon is also, trying to find some support. It seems to be found a little bit of support down here at this level at the 284 area. Okay, and it's kind of bouncing back a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that also, because a lot of these stock right now seem to getting a little bit, maybe a bounce from some sort of support that they found here. So again, we want to see, can it get up to this pivot somewhere around this, 310 area. And essentially there's also this trend line, and if we could break through that, then maybe we could see it come up and fill this gap and possibly come back and retest this 50-day moving average, essentially up here somewhere around that 336, 337 level. And if it can't, then we'll probably see it to dip back down here and retest this support level and possibly come down over here to test for this support. And if that failed, then we'll probably be looking at much lower prices. But until then, we just kind of keep an eye on those potential resistance area. And then on Facebook, similarly on Facebook, we talk about that. They came down and filled this gap. And it appeared that came down and filled this gap and found the support here, and it bounced back up. Wasn't able to get up to this pivot here, when it came back up. So right now, it seems to be hovering around this trend line. And found some resistance on this trend line here. So we'll probably see maybe get a little bounce and see could it get above this trend line and work its way up to this pivot. So you see a general trend type of, on a lot of these stocks. It's basically found some near-term support, and it's trying to work itself up to test that trend line resistance or some of the recent pivot high for possible resistance. And if we could break those pivot high, then I think there could be a little bit of a change in direction here. But until then, we essentially just have to monitor these things and possibly keep an eye on those support and resistance level, which is here's the support of 55, and the resistance here is somewhere around this 60, 61 area. Right, so it's got a 62. So essentially somewhere around here, anywhere between 62 to 64 on Facebook. Right? And then on Twitter, ever since they came down for earning, got a little bit of wash here. It was trying to hold this 39. Then on the lockup, expiration, we got this dump, and then right now it seems to be, finding some sort of support down here near this 32 area. So we're gonna keep an eye to see could it work back up at this 35, and could it break back above this 35, and possibly get back above the 39. If that can't, then we probably be looking for it to come back down and retest this, this 29 and change level, and it'll probably get lower. Because if we also look at the Fibonacci retracement, essentially out of this swing here, we're basically looking at the possibility of coming down to below 25. So essentially going below the IPO price of 26, if it can't come back up and work itself back up to that 39 level. Okay. So then on Tesla, let me get rid of all these lines here. Tesla, once again, on Tesla, it seems to find some support down here initially near this, 194 area, and then right before earning. Then after earning, we got this little dump. Then essentially came down and sort of found some support at that 200-day moving average. Right? So it's sort of, coming down on this particular pivot here. Essentially found a little bit of support there. Right now seems to be bouncing. So we essentially have to see, will this thing hold? Because if we also take a look at, maybe this little bit trend line here, it's going to drop below this trend line. Okay, so if we could get back above this trend line, maybe it could work itself back up, to this area, and possibly make it back up and retest this pivot. Essentially this low level here, somewhere around the 218. Okay. But if it's not, then we'll probably be looking for it to maybe come back down and try to attack this somewhere around this 160 to this 140 area. Okay. So that's basically it for today on some of these stocks. So good luck to you on your next week trading.